Hey friends, welcome back to Lana Decor. If winter makes you crave warmth without the holiday fuss, you are in the right place. Today we are exploring cozy, neutral, and calm rustic decorating that feels timeless and soothing. From layered textures to soft candlelight and nature-inspired accents, I will show you how to create a peaceful sanctuary for the cold months. Grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's begin. Sink into a sofa dressed in quiet layers of texture. Chunky knit throws meat linen and wool pillows in oatmeal, taupe, and stone. The palette whispers calm while daylight softens the edges. Nothing shouts. Everything invites rest, warmth, and a slower winter rhythm. Let the eye travel across nubby weaves, soft herringbone, and heathered tones. Creases feel lived in, not messy. A folded throw on a wooden stool promises easy reach. The room breathes between pieces, proving comfort can be simple, tactile, and timeless in the cold months. A hushed hearth glows without a flame. Stacked birch logs bring pale grain and forest memory. Pillar candles flicker at varied heights, sending amber light along raw wood and matte ceramic. This is winter's quiet center, made for listening rather than performing. Shadows lengthen as wicks steady. Soot kisses the firebox in honest marks. The mantle stays spare, letting texture carry the scene. Here, calm gathers in layers of ivory and ash, a rustic pause where warmth is felt in light, breath, and unhurried company. Cross the threshold into softness. A time-worn bench holds a faux sheepskin, its fibers catching sidelight like frost. Woven baskets wait below with scarves and slippers. On the peg rail, a felt hat and gray scarf suggest arrivals and departures, gently paced. Boots find a clay tray, carrying a trace of weather without fuss. The lime-washed wall stays matte and calm. Every piece earns its place, creating a welcome that does not crowd or clamor. Winter begins here with texture, order, and a promise of ease. The coffee table tells a quiet story. A low wooden tray holds a ceramic vase of dried stems, a match striker, and a stone bowl. Edges soften under grazing light. Space around the objects becomes part of the composition, restful and deliberate. A linen-bound book and a hand-thrown mug rest nearby, ready for slow pages and steam. The palette remains oatmeal, sand, and mushroom. Nothing seasonal, nothing loud. Only honest materials, worn kindly, shaping a winter still life that calms the mind. The table sets a tone of ease. An oatmeal linen runner falls with relaxed wrinkles. Handmade pottery, matte candlesticks, and a small pitcher repeat the language of texture over color. Chairs show their grain. Oak warms the scene without stealing attention. Slender tapers cast delicate light across cloth and clay. Flatware stays understated, napkins softly frayed. The invitation is to linger, to speak gently, to let food and company be the color. Rustic winter dining feels human scale, grounded, and beautifully unforced. Branch silhouettes rise like drawings in air. Clear glass and stoneware vessels hold foraged limbs, each curve and split chosen for line and balance. A grayish wall becomes a calm backdrop where negative space matters as much as the forms themselves. Light grazes glass, throwing faint reflections across the wood. A folded wool throw on a nearby stool adds quiet weight. This arrangement honors winter's architecture, finding grace in restraint and reminding us that emptiness can be as comforting as fullness. Along a shaker rail, eucalyptus and olive hang loosely, tied with simple twine. Their muted greens and soft shapes sketch a natural rhythm on the wall. Beneath, a narrow bench and a woven seat hold the scene in balance and breath. No ornaments, no ribbons, only air and leaves. The palette stays sun-washed and neutral. A linen tote leans by the baseboard, suggesting humble, useful beauty. This is winter freshness without ceremony, allowing touchable materials to do the quiet talking. Lanterns gather like small constellations near the stair. Metal and wood frames cradle warm LED candles, throwing soft light across floorboards and cabinet edges. Glass panels reflect whispers of flame, while patina tells stories of evenings already lived. A jute runner steadies the grouping. Folded blankets promise later warmth. Background details fade, letting the glow lead. The message is simple: come closer, look longer, find stillness. Rustic winter light can guide the room without a single festive cue. In the kitchen, function becomes decor. Breadboards lean in layered grains, forming a warm, simple backdrop. Stoneware crocks gather wooden utensils ready for use. A flax towel softens the counter, while a small salt cellar and mortar add humble purpose. Morning light makes edges gentle and shadows slow. Beige, ivory, and would stay the language. Nothing styled to impress, everything placed to work. Winter cooking begins here, where tools live openly and the room invites comfort through daily rituals. The bed becomes a sanctuary of touch. Flax linen sheets meet an ivory quilt, topped with a heathered wool throw. Pillows in greige and mushroom settle with easy creases. Pale winter light filters through shears, turning the whole scene to hush. A low bench at the foot holds a folded blanket and a stone candle holder. The nightstand keeps only a book and cup. With color quieted, texture speaks, woven, quilted, felted. Sleep feels nearer and the season feels softer, patient, and kind. A chair with nubby fabric welcomes a long sit. A stump side table carries a stack of well-loved books and a matched dish. A linen-shaded lamp pulls warm light, while daylight brushes in from the side. The room's edges fall away. A wool rug anchors the moment in heathered calm. A knit throw waits on the arm, promising longer chapters. Winter here is measured by pages turned and breath slowed, a rustic retreat built from simple materials and generous quiet. At the center of the table sits a wide ceramic bowl filled with pine cones, walnuts, and star anise. Dried rosemary threads through, adding a hint of green and story. Closed textures invite touch, while space around the bowl keeps the mood unhurried. Light lands like a spotlight on ridges and shells. A linen runner and a single taper companion the centerpiece without crowding it. The message is elemental. Gather what is at hand, honor shape and scent, and let winter feel grounded and real. A jute or wool rug stretches generously, flattening noise and holding the room in place. Heathered neutrals give subtle depth. On its surface, a clean-lined table and sofa coordinate without fuss. A wooden stool and ceramic vase add organic punctuation. Soft light reveals weave and shadow, rewarding a second glance. Patterns take a back seat to feel. The rug does the quiet work of warmth, turning a living area into a winter landing zone where texture carries comfort further than color. Open shelves breathe when left light. Matte pottery, lidded baskets, and terracotta pots with dried herbs share space with gaps that rest the eye. A linen runner softens wood, and chalky finishes keep reflections down, letting shape and proportion lead. The look is intentional but not fussy. Each object earns its place and none demand attention. In winter, this restraint reads as care. The shelves become a pause between busier scenes, proving that calm can be arranged as surely as collected. In the bath, towels roll into a shallow wooden tray, their waffle texture promising gentle drying. Amber pump bottles line a clay dish with simple labels. A linen curtain filters pale daylight, turning water and tile into a softer experience. Metal stays brushed, never shiny. A tiny sprig of eucalyptus stands in a bud vase, more shape than scent. The room feels restorative, not staged. Winter wellness arrives without announcement, through materials that warm the hand and quiet the mind. A bare grapevine wreath hangs on a simple hook, its branches forming an honest circle. Dried grasses tuck in lightly, suggesting fields at rest. The door wears warm off-white with visible strokes, inviting touch and reminding you of the hand behind it. Below, a narrow bench carries a folded wool throw. Crisp daylight makes delicate shadows of the wreath's twigs. Nothing hints at a holiday, yet everything feels seasonal. The gesture is small and sure, a rustic welcome that reads winter with restraint. On a tray sits a matte ceramic diffuser, sculptural and calm. Reeds fan upward, suggesting cedar and vetiver without declaring it. A smooth stone, a small book, and a linen coaster keep company, building a still life that feels both useful and serene. Wood grain below adds warmth. The palette remains oatmeal, ivory, and taupe, ensuring the diffuser reads as form before function. This is decor that works quietly, shaping experience with subtlety. Winter air becomes part of the design, not an afterthought. At the threshold, a core mat layers over a neutral outdoor rug, setting a friendly texture underfoot. A stack of neatly cut firewood stands ready. A clay pot holds small boxwood, green but modest. Lanterns flank the door, their glow gentle at dusk. The door's warm gray meets soft beige siding. Nothing feels staged, everything reads lived. This is a winter welcome that whispers come in, settle down, breathe. Rustic calm begins before the handle turns, carried by simple materials and patient light. Thanks for watching, friends. We styled winter the quiet way: soft neutrals, tactile layers, honest materials, and gentle light that slows the room down. If these rustic ideas inspired your calm weather sanctuary, tap like, subscribe for more warm minimal design, and share your favorite detail in the comments. I love hearing how you style your spaces. Until next time, stay cozy and keep creating beauty at home.